Oh no, Phil Spencer's gonna get canceled. He said the thing that we are all thinking, and people do not like that, so let's get into it. Phil Spencer is the head of Xbox right now, and if you don't know him, you should get to know him. I've actually met him and spoke with him, and he's a really fantastic guy in person. But I think when it comes to video game execs, he's right at the top of the list. Reggie Fils-Aimé, right? And then Phil Spencer, he's just one of the best ones. And I think over the last generation or so, he's really turned Xbox around. And Xbox is in a very good place thanks to Phil Spencer. But this year at the 12th annual New York Games Award, he said the no-no thing, the thing that you're apparently not supposed to say, and people seem to be either agreeing with him or upset. There's no in between.
Yet today, as creators, as leaders, as world builders, our greatest responsibility is to inspire and invite joy. We, all of us here today, all of our teams around the globe, we are all part of creating this echo effect of joy.
Well, he's definitely said nothing wrong so far. I don't understand why people are upset. Video games are there to inspire joy, right? To give us an escape from the human condition so that we can be the villain for a little while, or maybe the good guy for a little while, or share each other's companies in a multiplayer game, and just, joy. Yeah, I like this speech. Happiness. Love it.
Our creators who bravely and intentionally release their visions to the world, particularly in the current culture of criticism and cancellation.
Oh my God, Phil. That's what we're all thinking, but you're not allowed to say it, Phil. You're going to get canceled, Phil. But you know what?
Our players who bravely and intentionally carve out time for our games to invite, rest, and rejuvenate their lives. And business leaders, we are called upon to have the courage to protect and nurture this collective joy.
Now look, Phil is absolutely not wrong here. We do live in a society filled with cancel culture and trying to tear each other down and destroy each other. And you have to be brave to put your content, whether it's a video game or a book or a vlog or anything, especially a video game, out into the world. Because video games take millions of dollars to produce. So if you put that game out there and people hate on it and it flops, you're in a lot of trouble. Video games, when we were kids, were just pure distraction and joy, your Super Marios and your Sonics. But these days, video games can have political messages in them, and even if they don't, they are surrounded by politics. We live in a world divided, and that divided world loves to either love or hate video games, either attack or defend them. And that is something that creators have to know by now. And here's the thing, it's not like Phil Spencer is not a progressive person. He's put a lot more of diversity and inclusive force into the world of gaming, according to Kotaku. He's an outspoken advocate for that type of thing. And he's, for the most part, a pretty open-minded and progressive dude. A lot of people are taking this as like an anti-woke dog whistle, but I don't think it's that. I think it's just Phil Spencer facing the reality that we live in such a divided world that it's scary and dangerous to put anything out there. And I don't blame him for recognizing that. I think more people should. Personally, I think the idea of video games as a oasis of joy in an otherwise terrible world is a great thing. That's what they were when I was a kid, and that's the video games I choose to play now. And don't get me wrong, if you want to create a politically motivated video game, create it. If you want to fight about video games, fight about it. But the video games that I prefer are the ones that make me happy, and I choose to play those games above all else. And I think it's great that Phil Spencer and creators that he works with are looking to make games that inspire that happiness. Personally, I think one of the reasons people attack gaming so much as a hobby, even though it's no different than watching television, reading books, or listening to podcasts, is because we enjoy it just so much. And they don't understand why. They feel confused and alienated by it, so they make fun of gamers and they make fun of the games we play, and I'm glad Phil's not one of them. It doesn't matter where your politics lie. Left, right, somewhere in the middle. I think it's important to admit that this is a scary world. To create things for public consumption, whether it's a game, a book, a movie, a show, a podcast, or even just your own tweets. People are nuts, man. But as always, that's just one man's opinion. I could be wrong, and I know you're going to let me know down in the comments section below. While you're down there, drop a like on this video, check out my merch, check out my sponsors, and as always, Thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon. I hope this video brought you a little bit of joy.